Welcome back, everyone, to the coverage here at YCS Bologna 2025, and I am joined by no other than Danilo Siracusa for a cool Master vs. Caster duel here. Danilo, introduce yourself, because you have quite some tournament records to your name at this point.
I'm just happy to be here to play some fun duels with my friend. So
sounds about right. Yeah. But don't play yourself down, because I think, how many YCS tops? Do you count, or do you just take it as it comes?
I think 5, if you count UWCQ.
Okay, fair enough. And I mean, for example, here in Bologna, you've already been to top 8 a couple years back. You were in that like super decorated top 8 where there was Joshua Schmidt, Dinka Bui, yourself, Anthony Lopez. So that was a really fun tournament. What did you play back in the day there?
I played the Tirlaments.
Nice.
But a pure, more controlled kind of version of the deck. I remember that the standard way to play the deck was with a lot of hero, like Malicious, and like abuse Beatrice a lot. The card was really good when it was back then. And I just figured I wanted to play the game in like a slower pace.
Fair.
That's like the kind of decks that I enjoy playing when I have the possibility to. And it worked out for me.
Fair enough. So we are going to play a match of Genesis here, with both of us bringing our Genesis deck, and then we will be talking about plenty more stuff with Danilo here during that duel. So I would say let's go into the action here. Let's draw our 5 cards, and I will give you the dice first. So go ahead. What are we seeing here? I see a 9. Okay, I see why you're winning so many tournaments. And then next to that from my side, I can offer a 6. So
I would like to start.
We'll be able to go first. Have fun. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Well, that might work. That's not too bad.
I'll try to go into main phase.
That's fine.
I will normal summon Lucius and attempt to use its effect.
Aha, okay, so even though this is Genesis, that is a deck that is still very powerful. You have to, the thing though is you have to find ways to make this work. So like, you having 5 mana is pretty unlikely. So you know what? Herald of Orange Light, discard Keldo.
That's pretty good, actually. That's
Isn't it? So
well,
Lucius effect for you.
I'll try to use a Rahu.
Okay, that's fine. That's still pretty good.
I will fuse. Let me think a second about it. Yeah.
Drake Tail still so good. Like, you only have 1 for mana, you only have 1
I'll use, Frixel from my hand.
I mean, having Keldo and Grave is pretty decent, though.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
That's not too bad.
And I'll send the pun from my deck.
Okay.
I'll summon a Gulaman.
Okay, yeah.
And I would like to activate Chilling 1 Pan, Chilling 2 Frixel.
So Frixel would be summoning back.
No,
right?
no, it just.
Oh no, wait, no,
sets.
it's just yeah. That's fine, yeah. That's cool. That's okay. Oops.
I'll set a Ketu and I'll set. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll just set a Sting.
Fair enough. So, but with that YCS Bologna success being a couple years back, still, like, currently you're very much involved in the competitive scene, right?
Yeah.
Because we saw you, for example, at the World Championship Points Playoff last season, where in the end, sadly, you failed. You didn't manage to qualify for the World Championship, so you could not go to Paris. But that apparently sparked some motivation again, right? Because you are back on the grind, you're back out there playing many regionals. And I mean, only a couple weeks back, like, you had very successful results at German Open, and like, you already collected a lot of points. Like, what was that like not being able to qualify last season? Did you, like, immediately after the tournament already know, I'm going to go try and back again?
I wasn't sure. I wanted to take some time off because it was like a pretty intense year of playing the game.
Fair.
And I didn't qualify because I played badly, and it was on my end.
I see.
So I'll just, after a little bit, just relaxed, accepted that it was my fault.
Fair.
And I'll try it again this year, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a strong ability to realize, right? Like, just saying, hey, this one was on me, because I think it's easy for a lot of players to just say, hey, this was variance, I just drew badly or something. But when you're like, when you're able to say, hey, I made this mistake, so from here on I have to do better.
I didn't deserve to win some games because of that. Even if my opponent had better hands or they drew the correct card at the nice moment where they needed it, at the end of the day, if I make a mistake and I was still able to win the game, it's still on my end.
Yeah.
Like, it's my fault. So
I think for
it's part of the game.
Like for competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, and I mean you are like very much at the competitive top of Yu-Gi-Oh here in Europe. Would you say that's one of the most important things to do, like learn from your own mistakes?
Yeah, like the first thing I do when I lose during a tournament is not, except when I'm playing against Malis, is not like blaming my opponent, drawing good, or me being unlucky. It's just what else could I have done, what different plays could have made to like play around these situations. And that helped me out a lot.
I do see you when I'm walking through the tournament tables and like a match is over and you're still sitting there for like a couple more minutes and you're like in your head you're going through the game. I think that's a strong ability and probably part of why you're so successful and trying again here in Bologna to maybe repeat the top 8 finish or better. But let's continue with what you're setting up here at the moment. You're already doing pretty well. So this is Sting and
I'll activate Ketu.
Nice.
To search.
That's fine. Yeah. And this is possibly...
I'll grab 5 mana.
Where only having 1 5 mana is not even that bad because you can just search it so easily here. So easily. Oh, I was hoping my Herald would just stop you in its tracks.
I mean, I could do something else. Like I could play more, but I don't think it's smart into that Keldo specifically.
Okay.
So I think I'm happy with this. I'll let you go.
Okay. All right. I'll go draw face.
Yep.
Standby face, main face.
That's fine.
I will try... I'll try to use Mudora effect, discarding Vernasilv of the Misting Seedlings.
The second effect of Mudora is to place the trap, right?
Yes. Okay, is it in my deck? Who knows? Who knows? Gravekeeper's Trap about to come down.
That's fine.
Okay, that's fine. So I am special summoning the Mudora, and of course, surely, I'm also going to activate Gravekeeper's Trap from my deck.
What does it do again? I forgot.
So like, in every draw phase, I can call the top card of your deck, and if I call it correctly, it goes to the graveyard instead of you drawing it. And also, once per turn during the main phase, I can discard a card to search for one Earth Fairy monster or Gravekeeper card from my deck. So I would like to use the effect, discarding Naturia Blessing, trying to search for something.
I would like to chain my Dracotail Sting, and I'll give you targets of the Keldo and the Naturia Blessing. Try to banish them.
And I will chain the Keldo then, targeting my Blessing and also your Pan and Lucius.
Think in response.
Yes.
I'll chain my 5 mana in hand.
Yep, that's still a thing. Yeah, that's okay.
I'll try to chain Gulamel, try to destroy the trap.
Ay. Well, yeah.
I'll resolve 5 mana first, so I'll use...
That 5 mana is going to work, sadly. That's going to put him some work for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna use these 2 from my hand. And I'll summon my copy of Artalion, so the chain resolves. We shuffle a couple cards.
That Blessing shall be shuffled, yep.
Do you have any triggers?
I do not have any triggers
I would like to activate Chainlink 1 Artalion, targeting Frixul and my own 5 mana, and then I'll use Chainlink 2 Urgula, Chainlink 3 Lucius to set from my deck.
That's pretty strong, huh? I mean, I will chain the Mudora, targeting these 2 and the Urgula.
That's fine.
And then, Chainlink 3, I have a question.
Sure.
To continue with our interview here from Master vs. Caster. So, you're always pretty well prepared. It seems like you're always finding a good deck to play for a certain event. What would you say for an event like this, for a YCS? How much in advance do you start testing? Like, when is the deck building starting? When is the play testing starting? How much time do you need for that?
It really depends. If I'm playing other tournaments, like in this case on the way leading to the YCS.
Opens and stuff, right? Yeah.
Because the format is evolving like multiple times a week.
Yeah.
So if you play with good players a lot, we start trying to counter each other, which is not always a good thing to do because we're trying to outplay each other. And we just end on this bubble that we're just trying to beat each other when the normal players that are not like playing too much because they have stuff, work, studies to do, which is fair. They just played the normal deck that was good a couple weeks ago, and now we're trying to beat our new version of the decks that they lose to the old
nobody's even
version.
playing, right?
So it just becomes a mess. So I think to some degree playing too much is counterproductive.
Okay, interesting. That's a statement.
I think a couple weeks it's fine.
But like, also with you, I feel like you can pretty easily switch your decks around. Like you have been playing like the one deck, for example. You have been pretty successful with Malice as well. You made top 8 at YCS Birmingham with that. And then like the next week, you're already able to play something completely different. For example, with the Draco Tail deck that you're now also here playing in Genesis format, you haven't really been playing that too much. You have played something different at YCS Lille, and then you came to German Open and to that weekend of big regionals, and all of a sudden you were there with that deck. So how much time do you need to switch a deck? Or do you just know all of the decks in the format and then you can just pick one of them?
So if you just say, let's say you pick the first deck of the format that you like. So learning to navigate the format to interrupt correctly your opponents. You just learn like what's the most optimal things your opponent most likely is to do.
Yeah.
So you already half learned the deck.
Fair.
It's not the same as playing the deck itself, but if you just start with like a good base of knowing what the cards do and what the opponent's deck is trying to do, and you just try to play it yourself a couple games, not just a couple games, but it's not that difficult to pick up to like a competent level.
And I mean, I also think like having a group of friends, and you were mentioning that you're testing a lot with your friends, you probably have someone in your group that is already familiar with the next deck that you're trying to go for. So you already have like a good person to talk to that gets you to introduce you to some like really, really good basics on some kind of deck. So I think that's also huge, just having a good group of people that can help you, right?
Yeah.
Doing well at tournaments just completely on your own is not that easy. Like, yeah, sure, you can be very smart at the deck, but having other people helping you is just very, very strong. Okay, so let's resolve those cards now. Those go back to the deck.
Cards.
And you can set a couple of cards. Indeed. Well.
So for sure, I think I will need a Ketu. And for the second one, since I don't have any follow-up, you did a normal summon, right?
I did not normal summon, nope.
If that's a mole cricket.
If that's a mole cricket, right?
I would like another Stinger, but I don't play it, sadly.
Ay. I feel like in Genesis format you could play 2 Stings. You could get away with it, maybe.
You could, I think.
Maybe siding it at the very least, but here we're only playing a best of 1, so...
I think I'll just try to take the chance with another round.
Okay, that's fair. And then I will set a card to my spell draft zone, sadly, and I will pass it over to you.
I'll draw for turn.
Yes.
I would like to enter my main phase.
Yep.
Activate Ketu.
Okay.
And I'll chain Gulamel to destroy your set card.
It was just another Naturia blessing. I got all the Naturia blessings, but I wasn't blessed with any other Naturias there.
I'll search a Frixu.
Yes.
And I would like to normal summon said Frixu and use its effect, try to revive my Lucius.
That works.
And I will return to my hand, I think, Frixu again, and I'll use Lucius to add.
That's cool. That's cool.
I'll add 5 mana. I'll activate Rahu. I'll fuse Frixu and the Urgula.
Well. That is about to be a decent chunk over 8,000 points of damage.
Both effects.
We don't even need to do that anymore. You got this, GG's. As per usual in Master versus Caster, the Master takes the upper hand. But I want to round it off with another question. So, for the people at home, of course, that are up-and-comers, that are trying to become better at the game, that are trying to improve their game, what would you say is like in a game, in a match of Yu-Gi-Oh!, in a competitive tournament, like a regional, like an OTS championship or a YCS here, what are the most important things to do within a match? Like, what do you need to do in a match to be successful? Do you have any tips there?
Yes, so I think not many people do this, and I see the game differently than a lot of people, which I try to play thinking what's the worst possible scenario is for me and what my opponent has that beats me, and just trying to not lose to that specific things that I recognize being my lose condition.
Okay.
So I just not try to really win the game. I just try not to lose the game, and that by coincidence will end up me leading to winning the game.
Interesting. So whenever you do something, you're like, the worst thing that could happen here is them having Nibiru the primal being or something like that. So how do I play around that the best?
So yeah, I just rather not leave my opponent a chance to use the Nibiru and not go for game, and just set up a nice Alf board that has a couple interruptions. If I know what decks they're playing, I know what is important to keep, like stuff like that.
Yeah, nice. And also one more question. The Italian community, and of course you are part of the Italian community as an Italian, has been pretty strong lately. You guys have been winning the European Championship with Lorenzo Muselli, and then also in Lille we had Diego Ziglia winning as well. Is that like is the Italian community just getting better? Are they working harder at the moment, or is that just coincidence? What do you think?
I think it's a combination of being lucky, of course, because to win, aside of being really good at the game, you need to be lucky.
Okay.
That's like always, I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
But they're playing a lot and they're playing with each other a lot, so they're just like making each other better every tournament.
Fair enough. All right, so I wish you, of course, best of luck with the tournament and overall, of course, also with the grind that you have this season to possibly go to the World Championship in Tokyo, Japan at the end of the season. Best of luck with that. And also to the viewers at home, thank you for watching this showcase of Genesis here between Danilo and me, Caster vs. Master. We will be back with another live segment very, very soon, so stay tuned and we will be back.